Okay, welcome to your practice. Please have some blocks available today, and we'll actually start. We'll start kneeling. We'll start with a kind of a restorative posture here. You're going to put your hands on the block, maybe the medium height, and walk your knees back. Bill, you might go like a coffee table ledge so you can keep your head like up much higher. But with the arms on the blocks, you can hang your spine. You just put the blocks, put pressure down on like the wrist or the forearm area. You should feel immediate stretch in the shoulder. Just breathe there for a couple moments. Good. Good. Now, Billy, so like pull your hips back now a bunch so you get to simulate the same sensation. Good. And just sort of like drop your chest. Good. Close your eyes, folks, and breathe. Breathe into your side ribs. Just feeling kind of comfortable here, or comfortable enough without overworking. You're just going to gently rock the ribs side to side. Good. Come back up. Roll onto your backs now. Roll onto your backs now. I'm going to turn and face this way so you can see my shoulder action a little bit easier. And some of us, maybe John in particular, I'm thinking you might want to actually have the blocks over your head like this, so you can lay your arms on the blocks. But we should be able to get our arms overhead with the hands, back of the hand on the floor. Am I actually doing a good job, Richard? No, I'm not. Okay. Back of the arms on the floor. Elbows are bent out to the side. This hurts. This is difficult on your shoulder. You're going to put props under your forearm. Under your forearm. So that brings the ground up towards the arm a little less invasive on the shoulder. But if it feels okay, you get the arms fully on the ground. And then very slowly, you're going to slide the arms along the ground or slide them along the block, starting to straighten them up over your head, and then rebend them. So if you've got the blocks, you're going to kind of work with the block a little bit. But you're moving pretty slow. Just trying to feel the chest, shoulders. Yeah, it looks good. You're straightening the arms out and bending them back in. You're just listening to the shoulder, neck, and skull area. Good. Open it back up. Take a few deep breaths. So a steady shape. And breathe into your side ribs. Good. If they're not already, bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor. And put your hands on the side ribs. So your elbows are out to the sides. Your hands are on the side ribs. Now, very actively, mindfully, when you inhale, push the ribs out into the hands. And when you exhale, the ribs should cinch in, like the waistline. And do about 3 to 5 breaths like this, feeling the ribs expand and contract. Good. Relax your arms and just kind of drop your knees over to the right. Real casual, like just drop your knees over the right. Yes. And now start to walk your left hand away from your knees along the floor. So you can even put the back of your hand on the floor and slide that left hand away from the knees. Good. Now feel how you've opened up your left ribs. Breathe and stretch into the ribs as you inhale. And as you exhale, kind of pull your belly muscles in and let those knees drop more. 2 more breaths like that. Very good. Roll it back to center. And just kind of drape your knees to the left. And now slowly start to slide your right arm, your right hand, as far away from your knees as it can get, so it's on a diagonal, along the floor. It's got to stay on the floor without causing any pain. And now breathe and open up those side ribs. Good. Bring it back in the center. Take your knees up into your chest and just kind of rock about for a moment. Let's roll again now onto your belly. We're just going to continue to warm up some shoulder ideas here. Rolling onto the belly. Let's go ahead and put our elbows under our shoulders. And we're going to do, I like to call this kitty cat pose, because if you ever see like a mama cat carry a baby cat, it grabs it by the collar. That's what you're doing. You're trying to like hang your neck, hang your head, and your shoulders go up and in. The shoulders go up and in. Breathe. Now do the opposite. Push your forearms down and rise your spine. Rise your crown and heart up. So your shoulders go apart and down. Good. Kathy, can you do this laying in like a Sphinx sort of shape? We're going to do what you did there. We're starting Sphinx a little easier, I think. Do again. Hang your chest and your spine in your kitty cat shoulders. Good. Just let it hang there. This should release some tension. And then nice and slow, push down with your arms. So your heart lifts, your spine lifts, and your shoulders broaden. Good. Lower down. One more time like this. Just hang in kitty cat. You can feel the collar kind of cinching up in the back of the neck. And then push down, rise up. Clearing any tension, draining it out. Good. Let's take our hands on the blocks now and reach the blocks wider than your mat. So just wider than your mat, and pull them back as far as you can, maybe in line with the shoulder, maybe in front. And now, again, think about kitty cat. Hang your head, and the shoulders scrunch and lift. Your hands are pushing down the blocks, but your shoulders are scrunching in. Now, in one motion, really push down with your hands and try to broaden your shoulders and elbows. Yes, like that. Good. You've got it. Broaden your shoulders and elbows. And lower down. Do the same thing, but slide the blocks forward a little bit. Hang in the kitty cat shoulders. Now push down and rise up, opening that space between your shoulder blades. Breathe here. And now really keep lifting, and stretch your arms further forward, opening your side ribs. Opening your side ribs with your in-breath. Exhale, release it down. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, press up, and back to child's pose. Relax your moment. We'll come to tabletop, Bill. You can put your hands on blocks, or you can go to the ledge, whatever works. Tabletop pose. And we're going to try that same action where we melt. So here, the key for this one, though, is that you don't bend your elbows. You can say to yourself on Zoom, don't bend my elbows. But you sink your ribs down. So those shoulders do kitty cat shoulders. The mama cat's got you by the collar. Breathe here. Open your chest. Two more breaths like that, just opening the shoulder. Good. Now push down, downward facing dog pose. And as you go to downward facing dog pose, push your shoulders into your hands. Push the floor away. Good. Come on down to kneeling. And lift up, kneeling posture. Step 1 foot forward. Let's do the right foot. Sure, right foot. Reach the arms overhead. Interlock the hands. Reach them out like this on an angle. You can keep your elbows bent. John, I recommend that, elbows bent. And now open your chest. Kind of lean your chest forward as you pull the arms back. Maybe getting the arms behind the ears if possible. Good. Breathe and stretch. Now open the left side. Take a deep breath. Open the right side. Take a deep breath. Excellent. Let's come back down, tabletop, however you need to transition. Be safe. And then when you're ready, you're going to put the other foot forward, the left foot forward, right knee down. You can put a blanket under that right knee. Interlock the fingers overhead, but out in front. You can open the elbows so you're never causing pain on your shoulder. You're going to bring your chest forward as you pull the arms back. Breathe and stretch. Really good. Open the right side. Open the left side. Good. Come back down, tabletop. Downward facing dog pose. Walk your feet to the front of your yoga mat and put your hands on your blocks. Now, some of you may need to go even higher than your blocks, but notice what I can do here is that same action we've been working on. In my flat back pose, I can lift my spine and broaden my shoulders. But I can also melt my spine and get kitty cat shoulders. Mama got me by the collar shoulders. So if you can't do this action, then you need to be higher up. So a coffee table or something. And let's do 5 rounds of that. Just moving the shoulder blade back and then broadening. Back and broadening. Get real subtle with it. Inhale, come all the way up. Open your palms to face the front of the room. Standing on your yoga mat. Good. Gently lift your shoulders and push your arms back into imaginary styrofoam, like you're making an imprint with your whole arm. Right foot forward, left foot back. And now reach your right hand all the way out, like you're trying to shake someone's hand too far away from you, all the way out. Good, now lift the right arm up as high as you can. Think about reverse warrior pose. You're stretching that whole right side. Breathe into that side body. And then step out of the pose. Open the arms. Press them against styrofoam. Breathe. Right foot back. Doesn't matter how far, it's not an official pose, we're just feeling. And now reach out, left hand handshake, reach out, push into that ball of the left foot, lift it up now and make that left edge line long. Good, step back mountain pose, open the arms. Interlock your fingers and press forward, straight out in front of your heart. You can bring the legs to touch or about hips distance apart. You could even squeeze a block today. In one motion, you're going to inhale, lift your arms up and bend your knees. Good, back to center. Let's do 5 of those. Arms up as you bend your knees. That's an exhale, let's do. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Good, and relax back down. Stretch your right arm to the sky. Grab it with your left hand and pull it behind your head. Look up. And now look up to the right. And now tilt to the left. So you open up that whole side body. Good. Now gently take that elbow forward so you're closing your upper back. Feel the breath here. Inhale back up and release it down. Great following. That's a lot of instructions. Good job. Inhale, left arm up. Reach and grab with the right hand and pull the left arm over and down. Crescent the body and look to your left. Breathe here. And now take the left elbow forward to open the back. Inhale back up and release your arms down. Good, step your right foot back again. So we're going to do the opposite of what we did last time. With the right foot back, reach the right hand forward for a handshake. Good, forward for a handshake, good. Now, front knee's bending, that's it. Put your left hand on your left hip. And keep sliding, like you're sliding your right hand along a glass door. Good. Can you bend your left knee a little deeper? Nice. A little deeper. And then take a big step forward. Put the left foot back. So if that felt like too intense, you just go a little shorter stance, okay? We're still warming up. Bend the front knee, shake hands with your left hand. Right hand's on your low back or hip. And now slide the left hand along the glass and bend the right knee a little deeper. Breathing. Good. Step out of the pose, arms open. Good work. Good work. Bow, hands on the blocks, and let's step the left foot back again. With the left foot back, start to straighten your right leg a little bit. Now, you're going to push down and open your side ribs. So you're pushing down with your hands, but open your side ribs. You kind of round your back a little bit. Tuck your chin. Good. One motion. Bend your knees, drop your left knee down, and swoop your right arm up. Twisted lunge. Good. Place that hand back down on the block and push back into that starting pose. That's the pyramid pose. But today we're really emphasizing pushing down with the hands to round our ribs, open the side ribs. Bend the knees, drop the back, inhale, reach forward with the right, big swooping twisted lunge. One more time, press the hands down, straighten the legs, curling your spine. And then step out of your pose, forward fold, reach up. Exhale by your sides. Really nice, good slow movement, very mindful. Exhale, lower down. Step the right foot back. So the height of the hands helps you actually round your back a little more safely. You push down and open the side ribs this way. And it opens up the back of the ribs. Bend both knees, drop the back on the right knee. Inhale, left hand forward, up, and twist your body. Twisted lunge, come back to the block. Push the blocks down, pyramid pose, curling the back. Opening the kidney area. Inhale, bend the knees, twisted lunge, swoop and open. Back down, one more time, push. Round the spine. And step out of our posture. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms by your sides. Good. This next one, you're going to take the hands and you're going to place them behind your head. Try to open your shoulder blades nice and wide apart. Step your feet wider apart. You can even turn the toes out. Or do a couple squats, working on keeping our spine up. It's okay if the heels lift. Exhale, lower down. It's like you're trying to pull your fingers apart, but they're gripping each other. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, down. Press your head against your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Two more. Push with your legs up. Exhale, down. Push with your legs up. And relax your arms by your sides. Breathe here, relax. And let's forward fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of a push-up. Let's come to our knees for this push-up. So you've walked your knees back. And you're gonna keep the elbows against your ribs. We're gonna do 3 push-ups. Exhale, lower down, elbows against the ribs. Try to keep the body off the ground. Push back up, 1. Exhale, down. Push up, 2. That's it, hips a little higher, Kathy. Exhale, 3. Push up. And then sit back, child's pose. In this child's pose, you're gonna place your hands in prayer, elbows on the ground, and lift your fingers to the sky. Good, come back down. You can keep your hands like that, but you're gonna put your forearms on the mat. Or you're gonna go ahead and find your block and squeeze your block with your hands. So you're in a forearm position. And now start to walk your knees back. Don't drop your hips. And if you want more challenge, you're actually gonna lift your knees off the ground. Otherwise, kneeling forearm plank is still quite rigorous if you walk your knees back enough. Push down, friends, with your forearms so your back is full. That looks really good. And breathe into your back body, keeping the core engaged. Keep breathing and try to slow your breath down. Good, drop your pelvis into the floor. Open up Sphinx pose, release your back gently. Open your throat. Breathe here. Open the top of your chest, open the front of your throat. See if you can broaden your collarbones. Broaden your collarbones. If you broaden your collarbones, you should feel your shoulder blades engage a little bit on your back. Good, press the knees down, press the forearms down. Kneeling forearm plank or full forearm plank. Slow your breath by extending your exhale. Let's do several rounds. Slow and extend the exhale. Try not to take a very aggressive inhale either. Just gently sip the air in and then all the air out. Good, drop the pelvis down, Sphinx pose. Open the chest and broaden your collarbones. Last round, press the forearms down, push the knees down, forearm plank. You can do the full plank with the legs straight. Engage your core. Try to slow the exhale. One trick is to count the exhales to keep your mind active. So take a little bit of breath on the inhale. Long exhale. Drop the pelvis down, open the chest, part your collarbones. Excellent. Push all the way back. Downward facing dog pose. Inhale, lift the left leg up high into the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Warrior One pose. In Warrior One pose, reach out like you're giving two handshakes. Reach out so much that your shoulder blades get wider apart. But don't lean forward, Kathy. Actually try to almost think that you're moving your heart back. Yeah, the heart moves back and the shoulder, yeah, there you go. See how full it feels in the back body? Looks good, everyone. Now keep that fullness in your back body and slide your hands up. So the palms still face each other the whole time, John. Palms still face each other the whole time. If the back gets hollow, you've gone too far. The back should stay full. That looks really good. Really good. Good. Place the hands down. We're going to go through a downward dog transition. And place the left foot down. Let's lift the right leg up nice and tall. Step the right foot forward, Warrior One. Reach your hands out like you're giving a double handshake. I know you do that very often. And you're really reaching forward, but your heart is moving back. So you should feel your shoulder blades broad. Good. Keep that feeling of fullness in your heart, back heart, and slide the hands up. Palms face each other like you're holding a block. Elbows straight. Now, if the heart starts to hollow in the back, you've gone too far. Start over. You won't go as high, but that's not what we're working on. Good. Hands down, step back. Inhale, top of the push-up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more of those. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Pull your collarbones apart. Excellent, very good. Downward facing dog pose. Walk the feet forward. And come up to standing. So the action I'm going to ask you to practice is where the inner shoulder blade goes down and the outer shoulder blade goes up. So from a back view, it would look like this. So normally if we lift both shoulders, they go up. And if I pull both shoulders down, they go down. But here, the inner shoulder blade goes down and the outer shoulder blade goes up. It looks like this. You should see a distance increase between the ear and the shoulder, but then I get space because the outer shoulder goes up. And this feeling is what we do in side angle pose. So we're going to activate that. We're going to pull the inner shoulder blade down, outer shoulder blade up. Please stand in mountain pose to practice it. And let's actually just do one arm. So you're going to hold your right bicep or tricep and feel the inner shoulder blade go down and reach the outer side up so your ribs get long. Yeah, really nice. Breathe here. It should feel pretty strong in your ribs and your mid-back if you're activating. And release. Lift the left arm up. Grab the right tricep. Pull the inner shoulder blade down and the outer arm, outer shoulder goes up. You should feel like you get some space away from your ears and your back feels kind of strong, engaged. This is what side angle arm feels like. Let's try it. Step your left foot back, warrior two pose. Then put the right elbow on the thigh and reach your left hand forward and out, up on a diagonal. And now here's your chance. The inner shoulder blade goes away from the ear, but the outer shoulder blade stretches through the back of your hand. Breathe. Really nice. Inhale, come back up and change sides. Warrior two with the right leg back. Take the left elbow, perch it on the thigh. Reach the right hand on a diagonal. Now pull the inner shoulder blade down as you slide the outer arm out through the back of your hand. Inhale, come back up and step out of your pose. Good. Let's see how it feels on our neck. Take your right hand on your skull and gently bring the head to the right. So you're looking down at the right toes. And then open your left arm out, and you should feel like a great stretch, a great release of tension along the left side. Other right, left hand on the skull with the weight kind of droop. So you're looking down, you can see your left pinky toe. And then open your right hand away from it so you feel a stretch all along from the shoulder to the right ear. Inhale back up. See if your jaw feels looser. If it did, that's a good sign. As long as it doesn't fall off, that wouldn't be a good sign. Let's do that whole sequence again. Left leg back, warrior two. Arms out. Perch the right elbow and put the left arm out in side angle on a diagonal. Now you go a little higher with the hand, it makes it a little easier. It's still pointing down, the palm is pointing down. Now the inner shoulder blade goes away from the left ear. And then the outer arm, outer ribs slide up the back of your hand. Breathe into that feeling. Really nice. Keep breathing. Take that inner shoulder blade down again. Don't let it creep back up. Inhale up and step out of your pose. Right leg back, warrior two. Hook the left elbow and reach the right hand over. Inner shoulder blade down. Outer arm and ribs go up the back of the hand. Breathe. Keep the inner shoulder blade down. Inhale back up. Step out of the pose. Good. Right hand on your skull. Hang the head to the right, looking down at the right toes. Now open your left arm in such a way that you get a deep release from your ear to your shoulder. Back up, left hand on the head. Look down and over at the left pinky toe. Open the right arm in such a way to get a release of tension from ear to shoulder. Back up. Open and close your jaw. Works for me. Good. Balancing posture. So if you would like to use the wall today, when you use the wall today, you're going to practice bringing your hand up high so the fingernails touch the wall high above your shoulder height. Unless it hurts your shoulder, obviously. Left foot down, right foot up. Bring the arms out if it's available for balance. Bring the arms up and practice that same action we've been working on. Inner shoulder blades down, outer shoulder blades up. And if you're using the wall for support, you just work that on one side. Inner shoulder blades down, outer shoulder blades up. And release. Left leg up. Arms up, or one arm up. Work the action. Lower back down. Good. Please find a strap or a yoga strap. Start in the middle and hold the strap close. Squeeze and pull. Arms straight, John. Yeah. When you pull, you should feel the tone here by pulling, but you're trying to tear the mat apart. I'm sorry, tear the strap apart. Now, open and lift slow as you can. No, until there should be no pain sensation, no struggle. Keep the back of your heart full, like we've been working on. Keep squeezing. It should be hard work just to lift a piece of cloth. Keep pulling. That's it. This is like the hardest one. You can go the least distance. And then come back down. Separate your hands now, shoulder distance apart. Squeeze and pull. It's taut. You'll be able to go a little higher. Keep pulling. Notice the back of my heart is full. I'm not arching my spine, but rather learning how to tone and open my shoulder. Lift slow. Very slow. You got to keep the tension, keep the pulling the whole time. Notice that you can go a little higher probably with wider, but still not that great. Back down. Now go really wide. Squeeze and pull taut, really taut. Once it's really taut, start to lift. Slow. Elbows straight as you can get them. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Notice that you can go further back now. Keep going. As far back as you can go. Inner shoulder blade down. Outer shoulder blade up. Stretch out. Broaden your collarbones. Take a deep breath. Lift your throat up. And relax back down. Whew. Move your neck around. Open your stance wide. Hold the strap almost as wide as your feet. Hold taut the whole time. Lift slow. Feeling the shoulder joints supported by muscle. Keep pulling. Good. Now, reach out with your knuckles. Inner shoulder blade down, friends. Outer shoulder blades up. Breathe and broaden your collarbones. Good. Now, tilt your body to the left as far as you can, keeping the tension. Stay with it. Keep the tension. Go to the right. Keep pulling on the strap as hard as you can. Back up. Go wider until you can get to a point where you feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can flip my arms. Or plant with tapping it. Flip your arms. It shouldn't bother your shoulder at all. You go wide enough where it doesn't matter at all to your shoulder joint. You go all the way. Keep pulling apart though. Keep pulling apart. Now nice and slow, try to come back over that spot. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. That spot is a very tender place. And release. Oh boy. Relax down, just drape, hang your body. Good work. Bend one knee, bend the other. One more time, bend one knee, and bend the other. Inhale, come back up. And step out of the pose. Mountain posture. Bring your legs together. It's a pretty detailed technical class, so let's spend a little bit of time with our mountain pose. If you can bring the legs together, great. If this feels uncomfortable for you, what you're gonna do is you're gonna separate your feet, and in fact, go ahead and grab a block and place it in between your legs. And then you squeeze the block, and then wherever your feet need to be for that to feel strong, that's where your feet will be. Rest your palms against your outer legs. Take a moment to find balance on your feet, from heel to toe, from inner to outer. Good, squeeze the block and try to lift energy up your legs. Good, as you lift energy up your legs, try to push your tailbone down through your heels. Just hold that and breathe, just the leg stuff. Can you sustain those actions, active? Let's go through it, stay with it. You're lifting energy up your legs, you're squeezing the block in, and you're pushing your tail down through your heels. And your feet are balanced. Gosh, all those things. And now release the tension, release the effort. Walk it out a second. We're going to do another round. We're going to add the upper body. Okay. Feet balanced. Leg energy draws up and squeezes in firm. Tailbone push down through your heels. Draw your belly muscles in. Inhale, lift your sternum up and broaden your collarbones as you exhale. Inhale, lift the sternum up and broaden your collarbones as you exhale. Good, look straight ahead so your chin is slightly tucked. Lift up through the back of your neck and reach down the sides of your shoulders through your fingertips. Yes. Now breathe and circulate the fullness of your skeleton. Relax all the effort. Shake it out a second. We'll do one more mountain pose, working all those cues. Now that you're familiar with what I'm going to say, try to make sure that you're breathing the whole time. This is the best way to sustain the posture. It's just constant, steady breath. Here we go. Squeeze the legs in. Push through all four corners of your feet. Draw energy up the legs, but push it down through your tailbone. Are you breathing? Keep breathing and you draw your belly muscles in. Lift your sternum and broaden your collarbones. Lift the back of your skull and reach the outer shoulders down through your fingers. Lift the back of your skull and reach the outer shoulders down through your fingers. Breathe here. And release all the effort. Relax. Walk your feet back. Tabletop. From tabletop, bring your right knee forward and the right foot across. Pigeon pose. Walking the left knee back. You come to your elbows, whatever feels good. We're going to do a calming, relaxing pigeon. Breathe. Settle the nervous system. Body should be feeling really balanced after mountain poses like that. We're going to settle our nervous system by slowing our exhale down. Elongate the exhale. Four breaths, 4 count in, 8 count out. Let's see if we can do it. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the left knee forward. Bring back to neutral moment. So if that ratio doesn't work for you, you can go at your own pace. You're just trying to elongate your exhale up to double the length of your inhale. Let's do left knee forward, foot across as the right leg goes back. And now that doesn't mean that you want to then take a giant inhale, just a short giant inhale. You want to take a soft inhale and a soft exhale. So we're calming the nervous system by breathing a lot longer exhale, emptying the lungs of air. I'll keep the count for 4, 8. You can also do your own count. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. Breathe. Roll onto your hip and swing your legs around to the front of your yoga mat. Place the bottoms of your feet together. We can sit up a little bit. If you have a blanket, or I'm sorry, like a bolster you want to lie on, or you can even stack your blocks so your forehead can rest on your blocks. Hands hang in front. Same thing, just be very calm. And let's practice 4, 8, slowing the amount of air in, out. In, out. In, out. Come back up. Bring the left knee up and take the right leg under your left leg. Take the right leg under your left leg. Take the left knee over the right knee. This is called Gomukhasana legs. Sorry, now that you're here, you might want your strap. If you don't, you can just reach the hands behind your back. That's fine too. If you're like, oh, I already got here, my strap's too far away. If the left knee's on top, the right elbow's on top. And you hold the strap behind your back. You can stay upright or gently start to bring that right elbow over the top towards your knee. Let's breathe. 4, 8. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Come back up. Relax. If you're not keeping with my count, please do count yourself, whatever that 3, 6, 3, 5, whatever it may be. Could be more than me, I guess, 6, 10. And even if you are just following my cue, it's still very beneficial. Please change your sides. It's still very beneficial to count because it starts to train the mind. It starts to train the mind to have a better focusing stamina. Now, with the right knee on top, the left arm is on top. You can just stay upright, or start to bring the left elbow over and toward the knees. Let's breathe together. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Come back up. Just feel for a moment. The body should be very calm if you were extending your exhales at this point. We're gonna do a couple bridge poses. I just learned this from Joe. It was awesome. You're gonna use your blocks and you're gonna put your heels on the blocks. If you don't wanna do this, you can just do regular bridge pose, but I think it's pretty sweet. You're gonna put your heels, instead of on the floor, you put your heels on the blocks. Lift your hips up, bridge 1. And lower down. Lift your hips up 2. Breathe, folks. And lower down. Lift your hips up 3. Lower down. Last one, you're gonna lift your hips up and you're gonna concentrate on trying to broaden your ribs and chest with your breath. Good, lower down. Since we've got the strap today, let's make good use of it. Bring up the right foot and hook the middle of the strap around it. Arms in the sky, holding the strap, please. Breathe here. Try to extend your exhales. Gently bring the leg out to the right a little bit, pulling on the strap. Gently bring the leg across to the left. So the right leg's in the air. Hold the strap in your left hand and take this leg all the way across into your twist today. Breathe. 4 in. 8 out. Four in. 8 out. Bring that leg back up and release it to the earth. Bring the left leg up, put the strap over the middle of the strap, reach the leg up. Just work on extending the exhales right now. Slowly bring the leg out to the left. And then all the way to the right for a twist. Four in. 8 out. In. Out. In. Out. Bring the leg back up. And stretch the legs out. Keep breathing your pranayama. Soften the body. Keep focusing on extending your exhales and breathe real soft. 4 in. 8 out. Last round. 4 in. 8 out. Relax the practice. Rest the body. Shavasana.
Stretch your body. Come up to a comfortable seat. Thanks for practicing. Namaste.